request, I've been asked to do my bread mix again. And so I'm going to show you, I'm even going to use my bread mill, my grain mill, to make flour. But what I'm doing this morning, I've used, I think this will be my 4th batch. And I'm putting it in my bucket that I haven't washed, and it's smelling now like sourdough. And then what I have over here, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but I am making what they call Turkish pita bread, which is not the same as you're usually used to that opens up puffy. This will be a bit different. So that's what I'm doing, and I'll try to do it in cups, but like I say, I'm going to be doing it in grams. I'll get my cup out of the way. Okay, now the mill has to be working before I can grind, so I've got to turn it on. And what I'm grinding is some einkorn grain, the einkorn wheat, and I think I'll do about 2 cups. I'm not sure how much that makes, but that's what I'm going to try to do. So, and I'm going to do this a little bit different because I don't want to do that while okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn it on. Like I say, it's going to make noise. And people say, it's called a whisper mill. This is a whisper mill that makes that much noise, but believe me, if you have another one that does it, they make much more noise. And who knows, maybe I can figure out how to edit out the noise. Okay, so here goes. This used to send, I had my big dog that was 110 pounds. It would send her into orbit. She'd just howl with it. Okay. And now I don't know if it'll show, but 2 cups made that much flour. I probably didn't need to make that much, I'm not sure. I'm trying to use up other flours too. So here goes. It uses my mix 4 cups of water, and I didn't measure this out in grams. So, and I've not done it this way before. You know, it probably could be turned a little bit. I've not done it this way before where I put the water, some of it, in the bucket, but I'm going to try it today.
It's
Because in the past, what's happened is it goes to the bottom, and then I put the water on top. It's hard to mix in, and I'm just going to try it. Okay, now I'm going to get a bowl. This is what I miss getting, but I think I can do it. And I'll get a glass bowl. Okay, I'm going to tear it off. Okay, what I want now is, I want 5½ cups of whole wheat flour. So I'm going to call my einkorn my whole wheat flour. And so I'm going to put it in there. 5½ cups. I got to see how many. Oh, and I'm not sure. Yeah, I've got it. No, I've got it on ounces, and I want it on grams. Okay, okay, 2 cups made 313 grams of flour, which I don't know how to equate that in cups. But remember, you're using 5.5 cups. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and not grind up some more. I'm trying to use my other flour. So I've got some whole wheat white flour. Okay, and I want to bring it up to the what I want. Okay, what I want, okay, I can just dump the whole thing in there. Boy, that looks like a lot of flour, doesn't it? Okay, I'm almost there. I'm going to say that's perfect. Okay, that is your 5.5 cups of your whole wheat flour, and I'm going to mix that in. One thing I like about when I grind my own flour versus using the other flour, when I grind it, it makes it a little bit on the warm side, which makes it really nice for rising. Now the other flour I keep in the refrigerator, so it's dampened it down. Now then, I want all-purpose flour, and I'm using icorn, and I want 2 cups of that. Okay, and I'm going to tear that off. And where is my, do you see my measuring spoon that I just had? Oh, right there. I'm going to just get that out of the way. We'll put that over there for now. Okay. And that takes 2 cups which for me is 270 grams. Almost there. There. So, 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. So we've got our flours mixed. And I'll put those right there. What we want next is the yeast and the salt. So I'm going to tear this off. Okay, on the yeast, you need, where is the yeast? 1.5 tablespoons of yeast. And I want 15 grams. Okay. Whoops, that's over. Can I get it out? Okay, perfect. There it is. And in the description, I'll put the measurements in cups and measuring spoons. Okay, then on the salt, I want 1 tablespoon of salt. Which is also, for me, my 15 grams. Okay, and because there's so much whole grain in here, and wheat, whole grain, flours, you need to add the vital wheat. Remember, this is not gluten-free. Okay, and that's what helps it to raise. And I'm using an organic from Bob's Red Mill, and I want 35 grams. I don't know if 35 grams is going to fit in here. And 35, this in cups would be a fourth of a cup. Yeah, a fourth of a cup will fit in here. Okay, and that went off. Okay. 35 grams. I went over on that too. So, we'll get that back out. Okay, perfect. So a fourth of a cup of your gluten flour, which is 75 to 80% protein. And that will help. Okay, I'm just trying to get all of these out of the way. And I want to stir it in, or mix it in just with my hands here to get that yeast and the salt mixed through the flour. And it's really easier to do it in the bucket, but I wasn't sure quite how to do that and get the flour mixed with the yeast and the salt. So now into my bucket. There it is. And I am going to pour it in the water. It's warm. Actually, if it was even cold water, you could do it. It just takes longer for it to rise. Because what I want, now it'll set out with I'll put the lid sort of a jar on it. In fact, I might not even put it on it. It's got to set for 2 hours, and then after 2 hours, and it'll come way up to the top here. I'll put it in the refrigerator, and then within the next 2 weeks, I can use it. This will make 4 1-pound loaves, or this time what I did, I made a 2-pound just sandwich bread in a loaf pan. And I wasn't as pleased with that as some of the other mixes, but I'll see. I've never used this much corn flour, and we'll see what happens and what I come up with. It was easier to stir in, I know that. So the water on the bottom, I think, did help, and that's it on the mix. So and like I say, I'm really happy with it. So this is the most it takes to make this bread. I don't knead it, I don't punch it down, and when we get this eaten, I just scoop out about 1 pound of it and make it into bread. And I've had a lot of fun. You saw me make the focaccia and some other breads with it, and it's just neat. Has a good taste, and it's so easy. It's bread, instant bread. So that is it, and I'll let you go and have a good day and make some bread. And good bread. Well, you know, I can't shut the camera off because my hands are too sticky. At least I'll get one clean finger to hit it.